Welcome to Bear River Lodge as you consider the best venue space for your wedding day that really speaks to you. And we're just going to tour you around the outside of the building first, and then we'll come to the inside. This porte cochere is a stunning part of the lodge. Certainly speaks of the architecture that you're going to see inside. It's used as a ceremony site. Either that's what a bride will choose as their primary site, or it could be used in case of weather, because you have some nice covering and a nice backdrop behind when the trees are green. So I'm just going to pan a little bit so you can see that porte cochere. There we go. And then I'm going to walk kind of through it, show you the side of the lodge, another angle. We're on the front side of the lodge. And I'm going to walk this way with you. And I'm going to pan again to the right of the lodge because you're going to soon see the front door, which is right there. And we're going to come back to the porte cochere. And we're going to head to the right of the lodge where you're going to find a flagstone patio and an arch, which you can begin to see. And that is where most ceremonies take place. And I'm just going to walk you over this way. Plenty of space for seating. We can do 125 to 150 in this space. And this takes us to the river side of the lodge, which you can always hear. One of the prime benefits of the Lodge at Bear River is the fact that you really have an intimacy with the mountains. As you can see as I pan across, and you can hear the river below, and then you are welcomed by a beautiful Adirondack style lodge. We're going to come around here to the right, continue on the back side of the lodge. And around the corner. And that sound of the river you can hear. The flag still continues to a third possibility for a ceremony site. Notice as we come back here too, is that you've got a large overhang here that protects again in case of weather. It can serve for additional seating for your reception. It also can be an area where you're protected from weather again. So there are 2 points in the lodge where that's true, the porte cochere and back here as well. And I'm going to continue on down. You're going to see a fire pit, which is definitely a gathering place under the stars for some s'mores and great conversation. And this area is used, I'm going to pan over to the river again, for kind of as people gather before a ceremony. It also can be used for cocktail hour while you're getting your pictures taken, and people can enjoy the river and the view of the mountains. Just kind of can see, I'm just going to pan here so you can, and I'm going to come back around. Swing is a popular place. And these are all French doors on the outside of the lodge, so the outside and the inside really meld together quite well and makes for a wonderful traffic flow between wedding party and guests. And so we're going to continue. Let's go over to the fire pit here and show you a little more of that. As I said, it's a very popular place to be on a wedding night. And then we're going to swing around to the right and go back to the front of the lodge. I'm going to come around here. I'm going to just pan one more time so you can kind of see that fire pit from this angle. Nice stone wall, so even more seating. is an option for you. And we're going to come around to the porte-cochere again. You can see it from this angle. And then we're going to come around to the front door. And welcome to Bear River Lodge. We'll just come right in through these doors. I'll just pan around here again so you can see it as someone would as they were coming into the lodge. Here we go. You're welcomed by the warmth of wood, a massive stone fireplace, and just a lot of attention to detail. As you're going to see, I'm going to pan across this first so you just kind of get a general feeling for what the lodge is like. And then we can talk about this side of the room. I'll come back one more time. Straight in front of you is that arched patio. And now we'll walk over here. The left side of the lodge is the reception area. You have to envision it with no furniture in it, as this is where your tables will go, your sweetheart table, your guest table, your wedding party table. So this room, when you start, would be empty. And we'll just repurpose some furniture, store some furniture. You can use some furniture. Across the way, you see that's a galley kitchen. I'll come in a little closer. And the health department says we can't cook in that kitchen, but you can warm, you can prepare, and set things up. You just can't cook in it. Though you can cook outside, and the health department has absolutely no problem with that. So it's got a galley kitchen. There are ways to expand that if your caterer needs a little more space. I'm going to come around here. This table that you see in front of you is one you do need to use. It's a conference table because I can't store it. This area over here is what we break apart and repurpose, or you can use some of it and we can store some of it. And then we're going to come around to this table, and that's one you need to use as well. There's a lot of purposes for the tables. Here is what's really gorgeous about the lodge, the stone fireplaces. And I'm going to back up so you can really see. And this is where most people do their decorating between the mantels and their tables. You can do extra lighting if you would like. I'm just going to come around here. That gorgeous spiral staircase, great for photos. There's another table you can see that you need to use. There are the French doors, and now we're on the back riverside of the lodge. We'll come around this way so you can see the mantel again. Fireplace. The chandelier, again, that attention to detail. Area we're going to break apart. People always ask, where do I put my tables and where's the guest head table or sweetheart table? And all relative to the dance floor. And how you place those determines the size of your dance floor. You can make it larger by taking down some tables when that activity starts, and that's usually what people will do, or they'll put some tables out on this back overhang. 3 or 4 there maybe. It opens up a lot of space, so it's something to really consider, assuming the weather is okay. I'll take you back to the staircase. Now I'm going to go up the staircase and come closer to it so you can look down on the space on either side of the massive stone fireplace. Head on up the staircase, which is beautiful. Great for photos. We try not to have guests up there because they are a little bit steep, but pretty impressive for your photographer. All righty, let's go on up here. We'll just take a quick pan into the other side of the lodge. We'll come back and talk about this a little bit more, but it is to the right as you're headed up the stairs. I'm just going to pan a little bit so you can see the fireplace again. We'll come back around. We'll talk about this as I come down. This becomes really your casual seating area, which is always welcome, especially for older folks who may not want to be on top of the music all the time. So it lends to great conversation. All righty, we'll come on up. Spiral staircase. And we'll look down on the space that we were just talking about. There is a stereo system up here, which a lot of folks use if they don't want to have a DJ or a band. And I'm going to just shine it down so you can see. There's that big table that you're going to need to use. There's the kitchen. You're going to see some fans in there. Great for keeping things cool when everybody's warm from dancing. And then we're to the back side of the lodge here. And I'm going to come back around. There's the chandelier, which everyone loves. And just remember, this space would be empty for you to do what you'd like to do with it in terms of your tables and decorations. Alrighty. And I'm going to pan over to the other side of the balcony space. It's a little library, and we'll come over here. You saw it when I was coming up, but as I said, this is your casual seating area. And I'll come down the stairs and we can talk about this a little bit. All right, we're going to just come over here and go down the stairs. Again, the galley kitchen is on that other side. I'll pan a little bit so you can see. Here's more of the fireplace. One of the tables you need to use. All right, we'll come around here. All righty, let's talk about this pool table, which we have a ping pong top. It becomes a perfect place for a buffet table or a dessert table. So it's well used and certainly not wasted in terms of space. Probably if your numbers are larger, you'd want to use it for a buffet table, just for floor space sake. Straight in front of you is a door that leads to what we call our exercise room, but it's where we put things you don't want to use, along with your personal stuff once you unpack all your decorations. So it's a great storage spot. And we do have all the linens for this table when it's converted to your buffet table. Our Facebook page, The Lodge at Bear River, has some great shots of weddings that we have had here, so you can really see the space converted for your wedding day. And I'm just going to walk straight ahead so you can see the ladies' restroom. And there are 2 stalls in there. It's pretty spacious. Probably, though, if your wedding party wants space to dress and groomsmen, it's best to rent a house to do that, though this area could be used if you needed to. There's a single bathroom down by those doors. And I'm going to come around here. Those all go out to that back riverside of the lodge. There you see your staircase again and a couch. If you look all the way down to that other area where the other couch was, that's what we break apart, and we put one of those couches over here, take one of the chairs over here, and all of a sudden you now have seating in the couch area and by those windows, because we put some upholstered chairs there. So very casual, well used. You'll see that is a wood-burning fireplace, though most people don't use it because your activity is going to be out by the fire pit, more than likely. And I'm going to pan over here. Again, all the attention to detail and the warmth of wood is just very prevalent throughout the whole lodge. Alrighty. I think now you're getting a pretty good flavor of the beauty of the lodge and its surroundings. Just take one more pan here so you can see. There's where we store everything. So we'd love to hear from you, and I can answer more specific questions, and we can share some more information. Please do go to our Facebook page, because this will make a lot more sense when you see it in action. There you go. So the Lodge at Bear River is mountain elegance with the dash of Appalachian style. You can see it all through the lodge. So have a great day, and give me a call at 847-809-3098. Take care.